First, let's meet tonight's guests, though. They're one of the biggest British bands of all time.
She seems to have an invisible touch. Yeah. She reaches in and grabs right hold of your heart. Turn it on, turn it on, turn it on again. Tell me why this is a land of confusion. 'Cause I can dance, I can talk. Only thing about me is the way I walk.
It's Genesis! Phil! Mike! And Tony! Please take a seat, take a seat! How exciting, thanks so much for being here. Very exciting to have you all here.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
So we've got Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page wanders off to his attic. He finds some new Led Zeppelin songs every Tuesday. Then you've got Roger Taylor, goes down to his shed, finds some new Queen songs. Here's our question.
Well, the question is, where's your stash?
I know. Someone told
We're still looking at it.
we've used all our stash.
It's all gone. There's nothing left.
Oh, come on, are you
You must have
sure?
a few knocking around.
It made me think.
Not as you want to hear.
Yeah, someone said yesterday about a Floyd album. It's probably top secret, but a Floyd album. They found a whole bunch of tapes of a new Floyd album. I mean, it made me think. Do we
there
have stuff?
anything?
Do we have stuff?
Where would you look? Would you look in the studio you've shared for years together?
I've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
cassettes, but I mean, there's so many, I can't face it.
It'd be all on multi-track, somewhere at the end of a reel that's got a couple of other things on it. I would say.
So there could be stuff around. Can you recall any stuff?
No, there is nothing. I promise you, there is
Tony, have you
nothing.
had a proper look?
I know. I'm the archivist. Just,
There's nout.
there's out there, I'm afraid. No.
All right, OK, we'll believe. We'll take that from now. OK.
Well, this weekend, the world's biggest drawing festival kicks off.
It's called The Big Draw, and there are thousands of free events across the country, but the biggest is happening right here on The One Show.
It is. So we have a team of artists waiting outside. There they are. Now, their brief is to make something big for our piazza and something inspired by a specific Genesis song.
OK, but here's the thing. They've only got the duration of the song in question to do it. Luckily for them, though, the track is 23 minutes and 4 seconds long. One of Genesis' shortest songs, has to be said. It's Supper's Ready from their 1972 album. What a cover, by the way.
It's lovely.
A great
and the
cover.
back is great. Show the back.
OK, this is it, the album Foxtrot. Dave's outside with them. Go on, Dave, put the needle on the record.
Got a record, look.
Yeah.
Go round.
Oh, we should have it stuffed.
There it
There you
goes.
go. A few extra seconds they could have used there, couldn't they?
2 extra seconds.
All right, now they failed to do it in rehearsal, so interesting. All right, Genesis are one of Britain's best musical exports, of course they are. They're loved by millions around the world.
But it's not just
Great.
looks lovely tonight.
All right, now Genesis are back. Genesis are back! How cool is that? With a new anthology of hits called Archive and a brand new documentary telling the story of the band. You can see that tomorrow night on BBC Two at 9:15. Now, they made me watch it this afternoon, and I wanted to save it for tomorrow night.
You did, actually.
So
That's
actually, between just us five, I only watched half of it today, but it's pretty good.
They got bored.
Let's-
No, I didn't get bored. Tony actually walked in.
You haven't seen half of it,
Whilst I
though,
was doing my
I'm
research.
afraid.
I haven't seen the second half, which is
Seen
your
most of
least
the first
favourite.
half. Well, yes, that's nice.
Okay, now the term grumpy old man is often bandied about, but you started young, didn't you? You were young,
But I'm the real
grumpy man, weren't you?
That's very unfair.
No, but you say it yourself in the film.
Yeah, well, I think,
true.
yes. I did sort of... You get your own way if you're a bit grumpy.
Right.
And I like to get my own way. And so, yes, it's really... It's sort of true, but not really. I'm not grumpy, am I?
It just wears you
Help
down
me
on your
out.
own, mate. Sorry, no, I agree with you.
And Phil, you say in the film that getting the band really going was like pushing a giant boulder up a hill, you yourself being the chief pusher. I mean, did it really feel like that? Was it really tough going at the beginning?
Oh, not really. I mean, back then, it was every day was. You'd think nothing of driving 7 hours up north and then playing and then turning around and driving 7 hours back and then getting a couple of hours sleep if you're lucky and then go 4 hours south, because you were playing and it was just fantastic. You wouldn't have changed anything.
But you also say, and some brilliant quotes in the whole film. You were a professional you were the only professional in a semi-professional band.
Yes.
How
Well, this band was professional. This band was professional, but up until that moment, I'd been a professional auditioner. You know, I'd been going to auditions and trying to get in a band and never got in any of them. And I was, you know, relying on my mum's, you know, tips, you know, give me as...
But you needed to earn cash, didn't you?
Yes, yeah. And we when I joined the band, well, before I joined the band, I was on a $5 a week. And when I joined the band, we got 10.
It's not bad, is it?
Not bad.
And I
out
thought, this is... Get out of the way, you know, like put some away for the weekend. And
But you said, Mike, that you didn't realise before Phil joined what a difference a drummer would make. So just explain to us then the difference that Phil brought to Genesis.
We'd had about 3 or 4 drummers, sort of school friends and mates since then, and he came in and actually, even though he's here now, it's a huge difference. I mean, the kind of energy drums can really bring.
in that price range.
In that price bracket, I used to say. I missed that one, yeah. No normal answer to that one. You know, it's amazing actually. That lift a drum, a good drummer can give to a band.
And that's when the sort of Genesis sound started to establish itself.
Yeah.
He really whipped you into shape, as it were. And Tony, Peter, you confessed that it was a band always run by committee. You know, it was a committee band. It was a band that was committee. But then one day, Peter started to dress up without having not told the committee at all. Tell us about the first night that happened and how you all felt about it.
Well, he was very wise not to tell us because he knew that if he did tell us, coming on in his wife's red dress and a fox's head in the middle of a song,
you do.
it's kind of a strange thing, isn't it? You know, and also it was actually in Dublin in a boxing ring too. You know, so it added everything up. It was very strange. But when you did it, it was kind of weird. But the picture was on the front page of Melody Maker the next week, so we thought, oh, he's onto something here.
So that's all right.
So
Yeah.
off to that.
Okay,
You couldn't
there's
stop him,
still the fox's head. Can we run the footage of the various outfits? Can we do that? This is in the film.
I am the voice of Britain before the Daily Express.
I'll be waiting here so long. And all this time the past me by.
Very good. Very good.
I quite like the little fox's head.
Yeah, I
Quite
do.
endearing.
I got to say that last one looks like a spitting image puppet. Maybe Fluck and Law were watching
Oh,
at the time.
I think that's why I became a singer, because I looked more like that.
You're so hard on yourself, Philip. What's wrong with you, for heaven's sake?
All right, let's see then how our giant picture is coming along outside. Oh, it's taking shape slowly. Do you know what that's supposed to be?
It's a rather cruel camera angle for us to have a guess, to be honest.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
But tomorrow...
More chance to find out how much their shoes cost than what the picture looked like. Anyway.
Just the soles of their shoes. But as we said, tomorrow is the start of the big draw. So we were wondering, what about a quick draw, Phil? Because we know that you're something of a cartoonist, so they tell us. And we'd like to... Is he good?
Thank you.
As a manager.
And
My
we'd
brother's
like...
a cartoonist, but I'll, as he's not here, I'll pick up the
All
slack.
right.
There you go.
Yeah, a piece of paper and a
You've got a
pen.
beret. It's all going to work, isn't it?
Well, exactly.
I made it easy for him, to be honest.
It's such a great outfit. We just want to, you know, have a record of it.
Right.
All right, now, while we find out...
And Mike, tell us about your beep. The
the
most
kitchen.
obvious one. Yeah.
In the kitchen, there's a dishwasher, the fridge door open, the handheld mobile phone,
Yeah.
the oven. It just
But we heard this story about your wine cooler
The
beep.
wine cooler. The wine cooler.
The
beep.
wine cooler beep, listen to this.
They all beep.
We should be beeping you.
Right. Well, that drives you crazy. I shout at them.
Okay, Tony, the most prevalent beep in your life?
Well, actually, I'm going to change my mind. It's when you're watching someone like Dave and you're watching Have I Got News For You, and they beep out sort of any word that isn't quite right. That's very irritating. You kind of want to know what they say. You know what they said, but you want to hear it.
Phil?
Well, I quite like the trucks reversing, actually. But, of course,
Yeah, that is an annoying
but I don't have them in my house, so...
Right. They're shouting us. They want to look at your picture.
Well, you know,
Cartoon.
it's not my finest work, I've got to say. But the beret did help.
Let's have a look. Let's show it over here, maybe to camera 2.
Yeah.
Very Picasso-esque, or does my face really look like that? Yeah.
Have you shaved that little bit?
No, I have done. Let's talk about the little bit I forgot to shave. No mirror. All right. Very nice film. Thank you, Angelica. Right, Genesis with us tonight. Genesis fans here. First of all, Anthony, your question to Genesis.
I buy my record on disc and vinyl from Record Corner in Godalming, Tony, where I know you used to go at Charterhouse days. I wondered whether you think those stores still have an importance in the digital age.
Well, that's a good question, isn't it, really? I don't know. I mean, that shop still exists, and it's great to see it there, but I suppose as time goes by, people are doing downloads and stuff more. But personally, I still prefer to have the object in my hand, I think. So, yeah, I don't know, really. I mean, I think they will fade, though. I'm sorry about it.
All right, Dennis, question from you, please.
Phil, did you ever consider donning any of those costumes?
Did I ever consider what going in those?
Donning it, wearing any of those costumes?
No.
No.
No,
darling.
let me give that some thought. No. I mean, when I started doing the singing, I did say I don't think I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it's kind of strange because I am the one person in the band that had a theatrical background, so it's a possibility I had the sort of stuff to carry it off. But it was Peter's, and we were probably thinking about moving into a different direction anyway. But I don't think I had the courage.
All right, and the breaking news over here is Alan. We don't have time for your question.
the figure, yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, sorry,
All right.
Alan.
Oh, that's a
So
shame.
our artists are almost finished outside, and we'll see the completed picture very, very shortly. There they go. But our next film...
Marvellous. Thank you, Charles. Now, our artists have finished.
Yes, so the brief was to make an artwork which is big and would celebrate the Genesis song, Supper's Ready. So you've used all sorts of materials. Let's have a look at it. Here we go.
Round of applause. Come on. Now, Emily is here from the Art Group Emergency Exit. Take us through the process, your philosophy, Emily.
Okay, so what Big Draw about and making artwork is about is not having expensive materials, it's about using what's around you. So we've used bucket handles, we've used bean bags, we've used old bits of fabric, and with that we've made a fantastic supper time plate.
All right, now the big draw starts tomorrow.
Yes,
Okay, we're running out of time, but it's
Website.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Big Draw Day. Big Draw's happening all month. Thousands of events. Anyone can get involved any age.
Got it right.
Right,
Let's go to
okay.
the last link, please.
All the
That'd be
details
fantastic.
are on our website.
Thank you,
There
Phil.
are.
Thanks to Phil, Mike, Tony for being here. Genesis Together in the Park is on BBC Two tomorrow at 9:15, and their album, of course, Archive, is available now.
Genesis.